Hi everyone, this is Muthukumar, Associate Professor of Pharmaceutics Department, SNS College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences. The video presentation is about technology transfer. So the definition of the technology transfer is that it is a process of transferring scientific findings, processes or technologies, whatever may be, both are indirectly interrelated only, from one organization to another organization in order to development commercialization. So the organization might be a same home unit or various units. Next, importance of the technology transfer. It ensures consistent drug quality we need in order to face the effective global market competition and regulatory compliance. This is a very important point. Next, efficient production scaling. In manufacturing aspects, the efficient production scaling plays the vital role. Next, key players. So what are the key players involved in the technology transfer? First, research and development teams. Without the proper research and development, it is impossible to go for the further process. Next, as usual, concurrent flow of manufacturing units, regulatory bodies and CMOs. So the objective of the technology transfer is a seamless and crystal clear transition from lab to market with minimal delays and cost overruns in the competitive global market. Next, key stages of technology transfer. There are some important stages involved in the technology transfer. Among them, they are the key stages. First one is research and development. So it governs the main area of lab scale process development, formulation and analytical methods. Formulation and analytical methods, they are very important. Before going to the lab scale process, it has to be clearly evaluated. Next, documentation. Obviously, after completed the framework of the research and development, documentation should completely filed as per the protocols, as per the regulatory compliances. Next, scale up. As we know, once everything over, the pilot scale production should be initiated in order to show the upcoming issues, whether any improvement needed, or as such we can go for the manufacturing. In that aspects, scale up is very important. Next, validation, ensuring the process consistency and compliance with GMP standards. So validation is a very important point after scale up. The final one is effective commercialization. So when everything is smooth, then the commercialization will be better manner. So during commercialization, the production will move on the full swing with the proper guidance of the quality assurance department. Next, what are the critical components during technology transfer? So assess the critical components is very important role in whatever may be the subject. So here, process knowledge. We need to know the detailed understanding of formulation, equipment and CPP. It's nothing but critical process parameter analysis. So here, detailed understanding of formulation and equipment. Before going to the technology transfer, both sender and receiver unit sit together and they have to evaluate nook and corner of process knowledge. Next, analytical methods. As we know, without the proper development or discuss of the analytical methods, there is no more further process. So transfer of validated testing methods for quality control under the analytical methods is a vital role. Next, assess the regulatory compliance. It should be adherence to the FDA. We all well about the FDA and EMA European Medical Agency or ICH guidelines. According to the regulatory complaints, that is very important to assess the critical components. Next, training and risk management. So they play a vital role. Though they play a vital role, it is very important, like the previous critical component discussion. Next, challenges in technology transfer. So each and every field there is a challenge according to the nature of the unit. Here, the main challenges in technology transfer is that the communication gaps, misalignment between the R&D and manufacturing teams. If it faces a particular unit faces these communication gaps between the R&D and manufacturing teams, it leads to the disaster. What they derived from the R&D research and development unit, that should be completely followed by the manufacturing teams, vice versa. So mutual discussion between the R&D and manufacturing team is an essential role. Next, process variability and regulatory hurdles. So process variability is nothing but if there is any changes in equipment and environmental conditions. So there are some important factors play a vital role in the process variability. So among them, environmental condition is very important. Due to the global shift of the technology transfer, example, if one company is functioning in the Europe, the same company they are going to transfer the technology to the Indian company. So as an Indian company, they focus their process, and based on the Indian environmental conditions, they have to design the equipment. Next, regulatory hurdles. So based on the regulatory, we have to follow the rules, so whether it's FDA or EMA or ICH guidelines. Next, timeline pressures. It's a crucial role. Balancing speed with quality and compliance. So we should follow the quality of compliance. At the same time, we need a balancing in speed. So both are interrelated. Next, knowledge loss. So inadequate documentation or expertise transfer. Here, documentation is very important in the regulatory affairs process. If there is an inadequate information or inadequate documentation, that particular company in future they may face the risk-based auditing. Next, best practices for success. So best practices for success is the main key role to catch up the markets and design the product in a better efficiency way. So the following are the clear follow-up under the practice for success. Clear documentation, already we discussed. If there is any deviation in the documentation, it should affect the entire protocols. Collaboration. So the technology transfer team, they have to club with each other and discuss the critical topics. Early planning should be very essential. Next, robust validation and continuous monitoring. So robust validation is the vital role playing to design the study. So it should be designed under the quality by design concept discussed with expertise committee in the technology transfer unit. Next, continuous monitoring. So post-transfer audits to ensure process stability. So while ongoing the process, the experts in the technology transfer should visit and they have to monitoring the process continuously.